We're Team Ross. I'm David.
And Edna.
And Edna. We're here with Coldwell Banker La Costa here in the marina of Puerto Vallarta.
And we want to share with you a little bit of our experience moving to Mexico and deciding to be here. I am originally from Mexico, from Aguascalientes, Mexico. But I lived in Canada for 17 years since I was a teenager. And one day this idea came back of coming back to Mexico, and it actually came from David.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's one of those moments where, you know, you're running around like a wild goose and doing all these different things and forgetting to live a little and enjoy yourself. So we decided that the best way would be to do that. And having our kids being involved with more of the family that we have here in Mexico was a huge part as well, because they had been, like Edna says, in Canada for almost a decade and a half, and they had very little contact with their roots here in Mexico. So that was a big factor for us, and I think it's been a really good step for everybody. We've come closer together. We're more connected with everyone, and it's been working well.
Yes, and for me, that had a lot to do as well with our decision. But the lifestyle and the healthy lifestyle that we have adopted, the quality of the food, the weather, being able to interact more with family and friends, that was something that I was really starving from living in Canada. I love my life there as well. We had a beautiful house in a really nice neighborhood. And when David came to me with this idea of coming back to Mexico, it was very surprising. And I had to think it for a while. And then eventually we talked about all the pros and the cons as well, and the process that it was gonna take. For us, that process took about a year.
Yeah, just over a year.
From the time that we made the decision to move back to Mexico to the time we actually got here. It was a lot of packing, a lot of selling our stuff. Originally, we thought about bringing all our things, all our furniture and belongings with us. We actually bought a big truck.
Yeah,
and
went to the Mexican consulate, made an itemized list with serial numbers and everything, so they knew what we were bringing, got it approved, and then we said, you know what? Out the door. Let's just sell everything.
Yeah. The more that the time passed and the process of getting rid of a few things, we said, you know what? This feels so good. It feels so good to just let go of that lifestyle that you had there and just start fresh. As the months pass by, we just continue getting rid of more things, and we ended up selling the truck back. Yep. And we just moved with 2 suitcases, each of us. So it's 4 of us. Have a son. We have a son and a daughter. And 2 suitcases. We flew first class because they allowed more luggage. So that was a good decision. And our 2 cats. And that's all what we brought. Oh, and 2 bikes.
2 bicycles, that's true.
Yes. So we look kind of crazy in the airport, but...
and instruments.
Yeah.
It's like a traveling
We really brought just the things that we realized that were essential to us. And it felt really good. It felt very releasing. We started brand new, fresh. We got all our furniture, which is great quality furniture from Mexico, that is built for the weather here. So, I think it was overall a good decision. I don't regret any of the things that I left behind. Sometimes you think that you need them, but once you're here, you never remember.
One of the biggest holdbacks that we had was our friends. We would say, well, we're not going to see our friends that often, but being in Puerto Vallarta, I think we see them more frequently now.
Yes.
They just come down for
Yes.
a couple of weeks and chill with them. Everybody wants to be here, so it's been a great thing.
Yeah, so we see them more often than even back in Canada. So that was an overall an easy way with the experience. Living in Canada, we made the trip to Mexico 3-4 times driving. It's not a bad drive. If somebody decides to do the drive, all the way from Toronto or even Vancouver. I've heard that they've done it. You just take it easy, drive like 8 hours a day, rest, and continue the drive. Once you get to Mexico, it's a good idea to drive only during the daylight. It's not just because of the dangers I talk about, it's because of the streets not being, completely smooth. So you get to see all of that better in the daylight. It's an easy drive. So I recommend that if you can do it at some point in your life, you do it. The sceneries are beautiful. You go through different states, and then even the drive in Mexico is not bad. It's not a bad one. We drove from Monterrey, like we crossed the border. We stayed in Monterrey, and then we drove to Aguascalientes, which is central Mexico, and then we continue our drive to Puerto Vallarta through Guadalajara. So it's a really nice drive. That was our experience moving here. Some things that surprised me when we moved to Puerto Vallarta was the vibe of the people. That's what I like the most being here. Everybody here is in a chill mode. Not all of them are on vacation, but a lot of them are living here and they're really enjoying their lives. They really make a point of following a lifestyle that is very fulfilling.
And embracing the culture.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are from the United States or Canada or even Europe, but they immerse in the culture of Mexico. I love that we have the mountains and we have the ocean. So if you can't stand the humidity from the ocean front, you can just drive a few minutes and you're up in the mountain, which is beautiful. The scenery changes completely. So that's something that I think makes Vallarta very unique. The food and the art culture in Puerto Vallarta is a big thing for me. I think that's what made us make the move specifically here in Puerto Vallarta. We love the music, we love theater, we love the galleries, the art walk in the downtown area. It's beautiful. The cobblestone streets in the downtown core. You feel like you're back in time. And at the same time, you go on the outsides of the city, of the town, and you have this modern amenities and houses, and we have Costco, and we have 2 big malls that they have all the nice big stores. So you really feel like you have it all in the city. So that's why we decided to move to Puerto Vallarta versus staying in central Mexico, which we also have roots there. But yeah, we decided that this was the place for us. What do you think that it would be a good advice for people that is like considering leaving their country and moving to Mexico in particular?
Just do it.
Just do it. Making the decision.
Yeah, just jump. Both feet in.
Yeah. It's funny because me being here, I was not even considering the possibility of moving back at all. And then when Dave brought this idea to me, it was shocking, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, have you considered all the different scenarios that we could be facing?" And it took me, a few days to digest it all. But after putting it on paper and saying, this is how it'll work, our finances were gonna work way better.
Expenses.
Investment-wise, it was a great investment. Still is a great investment. I think even more so than before. The country has suffered different changes through the past 10 years, and right now we're in really good position here with our new president. So it's something really good to explore all the possibilities that you have in Mexico in general. But in a city like this one, where the cultures immerse each other and they're very welcoming to everybody that speaks English and even other languages, that's pretty amazing to witness. How this has affected our relationship as well. David and I have been together for 26 years. We started dating in high school. So I think this has helped us tremendously. We're able now to work together. That's a big plus.
Yeah.
We enjoy more our days. So we have set a time to always catch the sunsets by the beach, on the beach. Yeah. And yeah, we can't just say, well, we live by the ocean, we have to see the sunset. So we try to make it every night and spend some time there. We're able to work out more. We eat way healthier. We make a point of going to the markets and pick our fresh produce and cook every day. And even when we don't feel like cooking, there's like so many great places. We have all sorts of restaurants from around the world. So it's like really fine cuisine and we really enjoy it. We really enjoy it. What was one of the biggest challenges for you after making the decision?
Well, actually, the biggest challenge I think was making the decision. I think putting all the factors together and deciding what the next steps were. That was the biggest challenge. But once we were committed to the idea and got the process started, I can't really recall. I mean, it's been 6-7 years ago now, and I really can't recall it being like this huge obstacle. Yeah, there was a lot of things that we had to let go and get rid of. But
that's what I was gonna say.
But I guess that's getting your mind in the right place to.
It was easier for you, but I remember that it was a challenge for me getting rid of a lot of things that I have acquired and collected over the years. And like I said at the beginning, I said, no, there's no way I'm leaving this. I'm bringing it with me. And as we were getting closer and closer to the date, I just started to get rid of them and realized that it was so liberating and it felt so good that I just kept going and going, and I managed to just like fit everything in a couple of suitcases.
And don't worry about getting more stuff, because our storage room is just packed with things now. So we got a whole bunch of new things.
Again,
so
yes.
No problem.
Yes, just if I have to give you a piece of advice, just do it that way. If you must bring something that has like a sentimental value to you, then do it. But other than that, there's great quality furnishings and accessories and everything that you can get in Mexico, sometimes even more so than in other places. So just do it. And if you have any questions or something, let me know, because I have a lot of contacts on like movers, on how to get your list ready and presented in the embassy. All that stuff, I did it, even though I didn't end up using it. But if you do want to do it, there's definitely ways to do it as well.
And when you're ready to get real estate, give us a ring.
Here we are. Yes, yes. We started doing real estate ourselves in our 20s. In our early 20s, we acquired our first property. Even against everybody's opinion, because we were too young for it. But I think it was the best decision ever. And then that was just the beginning of it. And then we sold it, we bought another one, and then we sold it, we bought another one. And now we're in our dream home, really where we want to be 15 years later. Yeah. Real estate has changed our lives. Now we work full-time as real estate agents as well.
Changing other people's lives.
Exactly. and trying to go through the process and making their dreams come true. And especially here in this area, there's a lot of questions to be asked when you live in another part of the world. But it's an easy process. It's not that hard. It's just making that decision, like David says.
Yeah. Make the decision, call out your real estate, and let's buy your house.